task youth to acquire skills as added knowledge during service year. Bengasil staff shut offices in protest against prolonged anti-labor practices. Plus, helicopter crashes into building at Ikeja, Lagos. NEMA saves 4 people. Good evening. Welcome to RSTV World News. Do you love and care about River State and her peace? If yes, let's build and take her to greater heights. This is a task we must accomplish. Thank you for joining me. I am Akilachi. KJ, now the news in detail. River State Governor Sir Siminalayi Fubara has tasked Nigerian youths to be patriotic, focused and determined to excel in their contributions to nation building. Governor Fubara gave the charge during the closing ceremony of the 2023 Batch B Stream 1 orientation course for corps members deployed to River State at the NYSC Permanent Orientation Camp in Nowagbam of Tai Local Government Area of River State. Obiandru Madabe takes it from here.
The governor, who was represented by the secretary to the state government and chairman, River State NYSC Governing Board, Dr. Tami Wenike Danagogo, stirred the corps members to brace for the remaining programs of the service year by contributing their skills and expertise to their host communities. Governor Fubara further cautioned the corps members to always do the right thing and avoid acts that could tarnish the good image and brand name of the NYSC scheme, in consideration that the scheme has helped in strengthening the core of national unity and integration of Nigerians. In addition, he praised the people of Nowagbam communities for their high level of support to the camp community, especially by ensuring the existence of peace and harmony.
The government of River State will leave no stone unturned to continually upgrade infrastructure and other incentives that will make River State NYSC the #1 amongst other NYSC formations in the country. In your places of primary assignment, be a blessing to the people, not curse. Be light unto them and not darkness. You are to do this by avoiding acts that will tarnish the good image and brand name of the NYSC scheme. There is no doubt that the scheme has helped in no small measure in strengthening the core of national unity and integration. And those of you who are coming into it at this critical period of our national existence must do the right things to continue to sustain its existence.
River State Coordinator of NYSC, Mr. George Mfongang, thanked Governor Fubara for showing passionate love to the corps members and the NYSC scheme in the state since his assumption of office. Mr. Mfongang urged corps members to engage themselves in productive ventures and avoid acts capable of putting them in harm's way. Obiando Madume, RSTV News.
Civil servants in the state have been charged to maintain political neutrality and ensure professionalism in the discharge of their duties. The head of service, Dr. George Weke, gave the charge in a meeting with the senior civil servants from grade level 14 to 17. Nnamdi Olimini reports.
The head of service also directed directors and heads of units and divisions to prepare schedule of duties for staff under their supervision and control. He urged them not to wait for government but continue to upgrade themselves, particularly in the area of information and communications technology. According to him, he would not tolerate truancy and lateness to work, but they should put in their best to justify their wages, assuring them of better welfare packages.
So I want every person to rise up and rediscover their talent that is supposed to render in the office that is given, the office has been down. Let all the directors who are heads of departments draw schedule of duties for every staff under them. Every staff will have schedule of duties.
Dr. Nweke also said that River State Civil Service remains the best in the country, a fact that has been acknowledged by the federal government, noting that the emergence of a civil servant as a governor means better days for them. He warned them to guard against uncomplimentary and contemptuous remarks about the state on social media platforms, but be in the forefront of the protection of the interest and image of the state.
The survival of this state, these people here today, and the people that will give me back a new face, or if we are plummeting, we are falling down, it's also good to study that to worry about. But let me ask you to rhetorically, would you want us to fail? No. That means the possible corollary correct that we want us to succeed. And that's what I want us to discuss here. There's not going to be anything that we say here that will be treated as nonsense. Whatever we say here, we want to refine them and see how we can improve on service delivery. Because that's especially the most important reason why we have civil service.
In the question and answer session, some civil servants commended the governor Fubara-led administration for the implementation of the recent promotion, but called for regular training of civil servants and other welfare packages. The meeting was attended by senior civil servants from grade levels 14 to 17 in the state. Nnamdi Olimini, RSTV News.
It was a beehive of spiritual activities as members of the Diocese of Al-Huda Anglican Communion celebrated the first session of the 7th Synod. The 4-day program featured prayer quick, sing-song, the Bishop's Charge, and launch of a 300 million naira diocesan project. Ogboka Umeda covered the event at Holy Trinity Church, Abua Central Headquarters of Abua Archdeaconry in Abua Odua Local Government Area of Rivers State.
Synod is the highest decision-making body in the Anglican Communion. On such occasions, speeches dot the day. So, in his address, Bishop and President of Synod, Right Reverend Clement Ekbeye, reminded the congregation on the successes and challenges recorded by the diocese in the year under review, as well as set a roadmap for a spiritually and physically equipped church. Right Reverend Ekbeye, who informed of his retirement next year, announced that Sir Alan Eze will be chairman of next year's synod.
If you draw near to God, the opportunity for you to have an encounter with Him is there. In James chapter 4 verse 8, the scripture says, draw near to God, and He will draw near to you. Want you to come close to God. How do you do it? By getting involved in Bible studies, getting involved in church activities, getting involved in the Word of God.
In a sermon at the Thanksgiving service as the climax of the synod, the rector of New Covenant Deanery, Omoko, Venerable Benjamin Ekbeye, theme of the synod, having a life-changing encounter with God, asserting that Christians should learn from the examples of the biblical Saul and Jacob for personal life encounter with God, so to make heaven. Venerable Ekbeye expressed his reservations that despite the proliferation of churches, there has not been sufficient personal encounter with God to turn the society around for good.
Don't allow these things to affect our head by knowing the kind of God we are going to meet, by knowing what God likes and what God hates, by knowing how to tread when we are going in the direction of God. Do sin with impunity even in the church. How do we have life-changing encounter? If it were then days when the church gathers and the church declares a bill according to the word of God, God will establish that. But today, with the number of churches we have, the membership we have, the church is becoming more powerless.
Other speakers included the Dean-elect of the Church of Nigeria Anglican Communion, Most Reverend Blessing Inyinda, Clerical Synod Secretary, Venerable Hansen Onyejuwanaka Bernard, and the Chairman, Synod Central Planning Committee, Sir Alan Eze, who took the only lesson at the service.
My advice to Christians all over the world is to continue to live the teachings of Christ. Let the beauty of Jesus be seen in all of us. Let us be example to others who don't know Jesus, so that they can know Jesus through our lives.
Governor Siminalayi Fubara, represented by the Deputy Governor, Professor Ngozi Odo, thanked Bishop Ekpeye and members of the diocese for the support they received before, during, and after the general elections, suing for more support to enable the present administration succeed. In a communique read by Chief Ukbeni Ewu, the church congratulated Governor Fubara and other elected government officials on their electoral victories and called on government at all levels to fight insecurity and cushion the effects of fuel subsidy removal. Ogboka Umeda, RSTV News.
And now moving away from state stories, President Bola Tinubu said the federal government of Nigeria has saved 1 trillion naira in the 2 months since the removal of petrol subsidy. Tinubu said in his nationwide broadcast on current economic challenges in the country that this money that would have been squandered by those he called smugglers and fraudsters will now be channeled into intervention programs targeting families nationwide. While acknowledging the hardships occasioned by an unavoidable lag in palliative measures these past 62 days, he urged Nigerians to look beyond the present temporary pains and aim at the larger picture. He said the funds so far saved from subsidy removal will now be used more directly and more beneficially for you and your families. President Tinubu also promised to get the nation out of the economic turbulence through the measures his administration has taken so far. Labour unions affiliated to the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria has shut offices of the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission in Abuja over alleged poor workers' welfare. The aggrieved workers, led by the union's branch leaders in their large numbers, barricaded the offices located at Jabi district of the nation's capital and prevented access to the premises. While they drummed, sang and danced around, they vowed that business activities will remain grounded until management meets all their demands. Chairman of Pengasin NUPRC branch, Oke Nya, said the protest and picketing will remain peaceful, but insisted that the angry workers will never be intimidated by anyone, noting that workers of NUPRC have been subjected to too many anti-labor practices by the management for a long time. According to him, workers have lost the required confidence and self-esteem for productivity due to inhumane treatment and poor working conditions. And now panic has engulfed residents around Oba Kran in Ikeja, Lagos, after a helicopter crashed into a building. The chopper, whose details are yet unknown, was said to explode as soon as it landed on the building located adjacent AP filling station and the United Bank for Africa on the Commercial Avenue. Reports say the incident occurred around 3:30 p.m., causing hysteria in the area. 4 people, 2 white and 2 black men, according to the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, were rescued from the scene. NEMA's Lagos Territorial Office Coordinator, Ibrahim Farinloye, who confirmed the crash, said rescue operations are still ongoing. He said the details are still sketchy and that information will be provided as soon as they were available. Do you love and care about Rev Estate and her peace? If yes, let's build and take her to greater heights. This is a task we must accomplish. Now time for a break, but still ahead on the RSTV World News. Russia issues arrest warrant to ICC judge over violation of country's criminal code. Plus, Netherlands top Group E ahead of USA in Women's World Cup tournament. Don't change the dial till we return with more news.
No matter what I do, you love me unconditionally. You show up for me every day. No matter when I show you, you show me love. You show me. No matter when I show you, you show me love.
Now available in new flavors.
You show me love.
Awesome wonder and mighty ruler, the king of all the earth.
I have said this, and I'm going to say it. My vision is not to buy private jets. My vision is not to drive the most expensive car. My vision is not to use the money of God to build expensive school that the members that contributed cannot attend. My vision is to resources of God. Prepare people for heaven. My vision is to look for the lost souls, look for the prostitutes, look for the armed robbers, look for the killers, look for the assassins. Use the resources of God and rehabilitate them and prepare them for heaven. My vision is to look for children that cannot go to school, children that are roaming on the street. Use the resources of God, take them to a school, so that they can go to school and become better people tomorrow. That is my vision.
OPS, Dr. Jesus in Action. Dr. Jesus in Action. God is here.
Have you heard? Momo is turning 12 people who refer the highest number of friends into millionaires in the Momo Refer and Win promo. There is also over 200 million naira up for grabs. How do you win? Dial *671# to open a Momo account if you don't have one. Then select option 6 to refer everyone you know. Yes, I said everyone, because everyone deserves to be a millionaire. Make sure the person you refer opens a Momo account and buys airtime or data of at least 100 naira. The more people you refer, the more cash prizes you win every week, and you increase your chance of becoming a millionaire in the Momo Refer and Win promo. Promo runs from 15th June to 9th August 2023. Momo, better than cash.
No matter what I do, you love me unconditionally. You show up for me every day. No matter when I show you, you show me love. You show me. No matter when I show you, you show me love.
Now available in new flavors.
You show me love.
This is RSTV World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. RSTV, Channel 22 Port Harcourt.
Hey, welcome back. On the foreign scene, France authorities are set to evacuate its citizens from Niger because of anti-French sentiment following last week's coup. The coup has prompted demonstrations against the former colonial power, with the French embassy coming under attack. Germany urges nationals to take up France's offer to help other Europeans, and Italy is also organizing a flight. It comes as the juntas in Burkina Faso and Mali warned that any forcible attempt to restore the ousted president would be seen as a declaration of war. The two neighbors, also former French colonies, have both moved away from France and towards Russia after staging their own coup in recent years. Their warnings mark a significant twist that could escalate the volatile situation in a region battling an Islamist militant insurgency. Niger, which is rich in uranium, has been a key Western ally in the fight against jihadist extremism in the Sahel, and both France and the US have military bases there. Canada has said it will start printing warnings directly onto individual cigarettes in a bid to deter young people from starting smoking and encouraging others to quit. The warnings, which will be in English and French, will include phrases like "cigarettes cause cancer" and "poison in every puff." The new regulations and warning labels will go into effect on Tuesday. According to the report, by July 2024, manufacturers will have to ensure the warnings are on all king-size cigarettes sold, and by April 2025, all regular-size cigarettes and little cigars with tipping papers and tubes must include the warnings. The phrases will appear by the filter, including warnings about harming children, damaging organs, and causing impotence and leukemia. A second set of 6 phrases is expected to be printed on cigarettes in 2026. The move is part of Canada's effort to reduce tobacco use to less than 5% by 2035 and follows a 75-day public consultation period that was launched last year. Canada has required the printing of warning labels on cigarette packages since 1989, and in 2000 the country adopted pictorial warning requirements for tobacco product packages. The International Criminal Court has condemned Russia over an arrest for one of its judges. The Hague called the move another attempt to undermine the international mandate of the court, which recently issued an arrest warrant for Russian President Vladimir Putin over alleged war crimes in Ukraine. Reports say last week ICC Judge Tomoko Akane was subject to an arrest warrant in Russia. It specified she was wanted for violating the Russian criminal code without specifying the nature of the offense. Judge Tomoko Akane is one of the judges who issued arrest warrants on 17 March for Putin and Maria Lvova-Belova, Russian Commissioner for Children's Rights. Both are charged with war crimes for the unlawful deportation of thousands of Ukrainian children since the invasion of Ukraine in February 2022 charges Moscow has dismissed. And now in sports, the Super Falcons of Nigeria will get their prize money for participating in the 2023 Women's World Cup directly from the Federation of International Football Association, FIFA. FIFA Secretary General Fatima Samura disclosed this to the Nigerian women's team at Brisbane's Suncorp Stadium following their 0-0 draw with the Republic of Ireland in the final group game of the World Cup. Samura said in a video posted by UK-based Nigerian journalist Osasu Obayuwana, it is because of the Super Falcons that for the first time in history of FIFA, the Women's World Cup prize money will be paid directly to the players. Obayuwana also said that he was told by FIFA's Director for Africa, Gelson Fernandez, that Samura, who will be leaving a position with Football International's governing body in a few months, has given him the mandate to ensure that the money is received by the players. FIFA President Gianni Infantino had earlier said the payments would go to the individual federations who expected to pay the players. FIFA had previously confirmed that the 732 players participating in the World Cup would be paid at least $30,000 each. The paycheck rises if teams do well, with each player for the winning team earning $270,000. Still in sports, the Netherlands topped Group E of the Women's World Cup ahead of the United States, securing an emphatic 7-0 victory over Vietnam. The 2019 runners-up will be in action against the runners-up from Group G in the first last 16 on Sunday. Meanwhile, defending champions, the USA suffered a huge scare against Women's World Cup debutants Portugal before scraping through to the last 16. In the end, the USA were relieved to hear the full-time whistle with points enough to take them through as runners-up to the Netherlands. The world's number one side will now face the winners of the Group G, which will be decided on Wednesday, with Sweden, the last nation to defeat the USA in the 90-minute game at the World Cup. In other games played on Tuesday, Denmark booked their place in the World Cup last 16 with a 2-0 win over Haiti to finish second in Group D behind England. Denmark will face Group B winners and co-host Australia in Sydney on Monday. And finally, Lauren James produced a sensational individual performance as England entertained to sweep aside China and book their place in the last 16 of the Women's World Cup as group winners. It was a display worthy of their status as European champions, and James once again lit the stage alight in Adelaide with 2 sensational goals and 3 assists. England will play against Nigeria on Monday. Do you love and care about River State and her peace? If yes, let's build and take her to greater heights. This is a task we must accomplish. And now to end the world news, a recap of some major stories. Governor Siminalayi Fubara has advised the youth, particularly corps members, to acquire added skills during the service year to enable them become self-reliant and employers of labor to boost the country's economy. Staff of the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria have shut down offices in the Federal Capital Territory, citing poor welfare and prolonged anti-labor practices. We also informed you earlier that a helicopter has crashed into a building at Oba Akron Avenue in Ikeja area of Lagos just before landing. The National Emergency Management Agency has rescued some people at the scene of the incident. And that's the bit from the news desk, as was on the World News Tonight. I'm Akilachi Kije. Good night.
Here we are, nestling and boisterous, supreme base of a nation great, our heritage built on a cocktail of cultures, a land sprawling in immense propensity. This is who we are, River State, a promise of unending possibilities. The time has come to shift the paradigm and congregate in a plural voice, so we can build a new bridge of enduring unity, together. Let us cascade the potent harvest of our glorious destinies. Let all and sundry heed the clarion call, for the time is now, to prove our riversness and put an end to our divisiveness. Listen to the roar of hydrocarbon engines, stirring alive a nation's hopes. See the majesty of our people blessed, with eternal gifts that run deep in the well of our generosity. River State is a symbolic threshold where hope is lit like fireflies, illuminating dark dungeons of yesterday, and that is why we must break away from novid norms and pedestrian inclinations. River State will survive the siege. Our people must surmount the surge. Come, proclaim and defend our unbreakable spirit, so we can renew our communal covenant. This is River State, where peace reverberates in solemn resonance, where the passion for life glows beyond the twilight, where life is a rhythm, a music with echoes of fraternal melodies. Our rivers of excellence beckons beyond belief.
Bekule Manu, Rahambu Joy Chico the Edmond, Ototoka Higore Hoge Sikili State Inwe Nzinurimi Gocha. Nerishi Ochi State Ibu Siminalai Fubara, Nka nne Rumikoro Elaibu Nigeria Manurimi State wa ka nne ọbụla nwere okwukwe wuru maka orulanya buru maka ele oke se akwa njikwe ọrụkwa ọrụ kọma n'Urime State maka ọganuru Elaibu Nigeria. Nerishochi State kwuru ya bụ ọka nnọwa gbam oge Rumikoro kuke na-enyonu Elaibu Nigeria ozike otu ahwa n'ọrụ ọrụ NYSC kukewe merụ omeshime mmemme kadunube nwe kwesịrị omume n'Urime otu ahwa bele okewa kanụ ka ọ hụ no we nkwaro eru koma wakpakwaro agwa koma n'uhe ọbụla wusezise ebe ma ọsọ onyenu Elaibu Nigeria ozi ogoro here ka kamakonube ka oze nefa ugbo ọjọọ ka nne ọbụla hụ no wọrụkwaro eru koma ha ọbụla weziserube we goro mkpụrụ ọma goro udo goro maka ịhụnanya nuketabe goro rụ eru ọbụla wodushiribe ka ọnụ n'Urime otu ahwa wesenyenu Elaibu Nigeria ozi ogoro here ka kamakonube ka oze na-ewuke yishe họbụ n'umekpeghị ọzụmakọ na-egwu ya ahụ ihere ngarime steeti wa maka Elaibu Nigeria kama ka wee yigide aka n'otu hụ na wegwiarụ ọrụrụ erụsi egwu ọganuruhu n'Urime Elai nnekwuke na-elekwa NYSC n'Urime steeti mbụ n'edike George Mfogang bụ na-ewoke ka no n'Erishochi steeti a no ọgbalele ka ezi no ọnọdụ dumoju na-enyenu ọrụ NYSC aka n'Urime steeti wa ka ikokpofiarụ ọchịchị ọ na-ekwe nkwa n'aka no kpọsa akpasị be ihure n'ọnọdụ nke ọbụla kama ono Rumikoro was agbalisiri ke hụ no onye aka gurizo steeti wa olu eru nzinukpuru ọrụ Ọchị steeti bụ ele oke weziri ezi ka ọ hụ ụmụ ogohomerụ anya ben ha ọbụla gbasịrị ikwu ọnụ na-ehi n'ọchịchị makwa na eru nke ọbụla nzinukpuru ele na ọdọ ọchịchị ka wee gome ehobe n'Urime kama ọrụ erube dịka ele oke na-erụnụ ele Ọchị steeti eru na nkala ọrụ eruzi iche iche ne kwuru ọka ka bụ n'erishi ele ọrụ eru bụ dibịa bekee George Nweke kwuru ya bụ ọka oge kpọkọtara ele dum mbụ ele risi ọrụ eru zi ichiche nzụrụ ọkwa akụkọ ehiri nrunu eno n'odunu nrinu esatọ kewe merụ n'urime ọrụ eru Ilochi steeti n'urime Gwocha ogoro hereka bakanu ele wadum mbele wonokwu directors bele tokwa akanu kala ọrụ eru zi ichiche n'ukpuru ọrụ eru Ọchị steeti nwe ka wohu no wobele oke nrụkwarụ erube kọma ngwụkwarụ ọrụ eru nke ọbụla wee na-elekwata anya kọma ka wee kwegara ụmụ ele eru na-akpaghesi agwa ka nha ọbụla mgbasịrị elebadu nzi na-abịa eru ka wọhụ nọ oziribe ezi hụnụ ele badu dum n'ọrụkwa erube kọmazi maka n'ọrụ erube oge wee kwesịrị ọziri ogoro here ka kanu Ilochi steeti se ọsa amasị be na elebadozi na abịa eru makwa na na-aba oge ọ masịrị be na ohe ọbụla mgbasịrị agwa ọjọọ nzi na eru kwuka emegidere iwu ngwugwu ele eru na obi na si wee hehe mgbasịrị ọhụụ mbụrụ ma wee zi n'otoro ọhụụ n'usoro ọnọdụ jiri zere ogoro here ka n'aka maka ọnụ na-ericha Ọchị steeti anyị bụ Siminala Nyefu gbara bụ na oke nwere mmasị na ihe ọbụla mgbasịrị ọganuruhu ele ọrụ eru ele zinu mkpụrụrụ ọrụ eru a na-aka maka ọnụ wesi enye aka n'ọnọdụ nke ọbụla ọhụrụ ele ọrụ eru ele civil servant bụ ele oke nwere mmasị maka mkpụrụ ovu sarima na eru ọbụla wọnụrụ ọdọrọbe aka nụ si ka ọhụrụ ọzọ n'ọbụla mmerụ ihe ekwukesi egwu ya iwe mekwanụ nsi egwu ya ihere na ọrụ eru ọbụla ọzi guru ohere ka na-ezi maka ọbịa ezi ka nna ọbụla gụrụ enwere agụrụ kpọrọ ihe mbita mbịa bụ na nha ọbụla mgbasịrị ọganuruhu ube bụkukewesi elefe anya na mgbe ezila ya ya he ọtụtụ ka nwa egwu na-anụta nwa kwata ego ọgbara ahụ na-egeta nụkpa izuberi anchibo
Yama Center, member of Galibasi Television of the Papa Pride Dukai, Abraham Melvin, Fouché Jackson, Apollo Blackboard Campo. Mr. Considerable, similar Fobra, the Pacamac Nigeria, Sambra, Pretemnese, in Abuke, Ibiabusu, Tiketoroke, Ba, Smith, Baby Bibra, Mea Datere Nese, in Brassate Meten, Nigerian Giseme, Bibra Smith, Temejitro Comum. Consider Fobra, Mea Comecom, Omutemu. Me krabe tarikpo peke maikrama peke tara oro be maikrama kpo tara oro be bo fremeje konke Nigeria ki se conseil private ke NYSC wa pour mes sapement omu ena bo paka ma musa ke me o me ko me konke pre no wa gbam tai amadigri conseiller bo mi sen bo o bana sa mo kri ke sa ba na opudiri keke mi se conseil private bo peke ngara se ko le ke NYSC amema pro-ebo derebo sami wenike dana gogo duko pumwa ke minapuma premnese na remnese imbu na bukpom te bibake na mia miem te duka remnese in pasa kena ura in case mete na in dawa bien na bisiona ke brasa ke na forma paka be amagoge be prete anjubo amema ibisme ibras be ke amapuma me prem consider bo fobra pike beli no baka kwenke ini mina ko bakuma nesa ma prem inere nese in bibra ke na mia miem te piki miete inere si ya trere NYSC ogbome ere piki si ya Nigeria mbote duka nese Nigeria mo lo wora be diki kala eme indokote bosse ke so anepela ate wonyengo ki bo pisibra eneke na mia miem o en piki be tokini breke abo no wa gbam amakuma prenke bra wete na mabo di na gbe na mewere brabo te mete me bibra smeke NYC apma me pray gote and bobo NYC bo meke ba me ke troko assemble George mfongan token de ke mi se consider pray okay bra wete belama brana me ke orton ke pray bra bo consigne na bo legi krabi bo and bobo assemble mfongan me ne peke du ko pa ke NYC ba apma me pray me se inabo kibia bo sute peke miete inamia siya trere en bofuka peke inabo ke bofuka bo suabra Mr. Concern na makorapo bemba bubu be brobe la temese nere mese buke plena kanana bu sute ina kono ma mesima kuma bi back na kono ma korem Mr. Concern ana ke se dawra bo Mr. Concern na makorapo me ke se dawra bo brebo church weke me kom o ina bobo duku no fe akuna oboda puna peke kulota puna eriate ina legete e commence ke na kuma ane kon makroro bobo itera ingefaji latapuna je latapuna peki ini fasina se fasi oro latapuna mi ona legite komaye o wore peka de wete dugobra odugo peka ken prem mese ini muaso ina konna krikrimu na afrika mute ere mese na pona ina sebe dayo na enye telemamte ambobo kon ma ke kori ni predi biapo enere mese na kon ma korem te peki toro ke na bodam te mete krakraba bo kon na metro ko mu ni dugo peka ke pre mese bare konsime kurma konsime bo de ke na tuluma anene ko ni bie dugo peka na pre me bare sakan ba na kon na anama kurma te ere mese en boke me da bramana ko ma da brama me bo in so boka mo so te na wam o en peki dugo peka ke pre mese o bare rere ba mese boro so bare kon ma ke ti ya te me be kon na bo ni bi ko kon na bua anianya e kon ma bo mi sake e burate bo me o bare re dia mese no cosme mo kon te duka mese in fiar ba ka lu bi me ani be kon ma e peki me ko te aka lu me fie me enimi te peki in ala ni bibie e so peki me ke ina preba berba mo ke wan peki duka ma ke ni se consin no akora ma pre mese nere mese inima anen Nigeria ngise bubo sara pote Nigeria ngise consimeso to ki be ke pra pote duka be se bibera ke na kon na akora na rese enere mese na enye na te to ki be me papa e soke in prayer te peki duka mese babubo ibia bo ina laba o wani be no ba ke kwen ke pray mese nere mese fer bubu e kwen amia tin kwan be tin ke social media mese me bubu in bare in koni bis in bare koni in kwan ba jase kwen in bare ko te peki ere mese in le crime mese mi se consommer inana be na akra te peki mi se consommer be ke tro community diapo amo bo la be na pa créer na duka se ke konse na akra ma mwene amo bo peki to ki ne be ke o consider pre o ke bra wete ni wo ma bra bo peki na la de bigi be ke peki na premier bo to ki ne be ko premier te peki duka pa kra mese poko ye fi bo poko ta bra bo e peki pa ere ba mese o peki na ke dawa ne frema trere ina la ni bibia e so peki bo ina bra la ke ma kara ba be bo duka bo ta sanga bo peki jai na ba o ba area
Denebu lo wedo bu na abuto ipola ma beke akepo potako so ani rekoni ebu na bu ga neki la kine simo rekoni e de son ni to abira de bu ta no buru jo ide ma piam dagba na to wedo era nesa zati na bu tambe asino ma sa simena rai fubara ekora yon bozege kan eton bu sinde adobere lo ekwa bubu en Nigeria lere fubara nero mo lo kabasin pia kopa bi kendo ma gba wa eton ye baiku pia kopa budu ama do abesudo bi kenbu no gbam sino tai lo adu era sino manage mwe abelu eira yedori keba ne enpabu tambe asinoma lo anunage nebe kasilo NYSC Dr. Tammy Weneke Dana Gogo kone pia eku ama ken elobiada bo wa esiatam sa abu dugo egbe watam na edodu bongan lo NYSC abe ere fubara sikan jura baton pia COP members among lo etonlo do piano and aboro sa lebaro dogo adagbe wabe ne eton NYSC yonabe do bongan lo enua gba do ye piane ebubobo kendo lo iko iredo fubara lera piane kemo no gbam buwa ela lo nepo sa gbegazo sa noa efelo tata lo kendo ama bonye ko ne alese NYSC asinoma te George mfongan do ya ne abe fubara lo azoge wore lo kuma lo ekutam NYSC pe kopa ama ason abe yin kasi ebuye tambe te mfongan ko yan pe kopa lo ekiatura elap ainua ka ewa ye dene kendo ekuna butambe ke asinoma elua ekoneke eton sale lobu ebe politics sa joge kana sonu ne lera ela ebuwa ite satam ne alisin ekutambe ke asinoma Dr. George waike nelo moe bi zinkendo bira abelu ara ye bia sisine bu tambeke asinoma ne sitambeke ama kone dene bia director mano piane alesi dizinkendo lo imore ko ba zowe lab sana watam no sinde aboro ne piane abale kente sako awalo sinde mana piane da bomba eza sitambu kana sinde ya akodo ko aluka ka yona be ko no sinde mada do ko ba yin ebo eton tema owesi ha e dona sinde do ke akodo ako anale enede na anale enede ela e tamtere bed malo ekiaturade son ekiwetam samuel ben jana mo ben ko ale mo ne ko akwa kendo ye pia tambeke e asinoma Dr. Wanke ma siken ko ekuna butambeke asinoma ama ale lo mo ne ko basi watam buye kakasa ko do ko mezi gbenu sira e ko butam ado ekure sibo sawanama na do erene abe e asinoma lo losing doka e le pia do ekoma soko ba su watam ezu sin ekana de aboro asika juro baton pia na atombu kira pa ne kira we kuma do be asinoma soko do ma na le ne logo kana bere logo ne lo do wo soko do ko egene do aburela me lo su kana so ega ba e sere do me logo so bana de do ne ye mo dage on ade bu no ado bukendo agara bi abedo abibi ne ma kona ge do ko alukaka ko bobo no alu ai ko alu kiatura e kan ba bia do ama bia moro no ma sa ko do ko ayere no ko den do kendo mo ba bia ne do mo ge ko ba yin ebutambeke e asinoma ne ye yere odo e boro asike ko do ko do kendo birama beru kendo temba engene pia ne pia do e ko be ne butam no mo de ko ba de do yidum ne nya do me yidum ne ereba do yasino ma piamda kuna ka we me de ba do ne ba ni e kan do na ma to na de resa erebo baribua aro ko bako me bako na ereba ne do ne to na de me mona de ayira
Ude umakpa ebele naila ngwa ule ojabe ekabo nailam ekpelukwa meko ishikoko unwebi ishim oyukwe umanu eye ela makamini bleble ajine bodo ngwa umbo no kairu gbenyi RSTV channel 22 lola Port Harcourt amulimbo me ogboka umida akpedi nete manojini ya datam Echi state abu gobini sa simnalai fubara odule ugboji li emini ogbede odo ngwa gboji shibe eye lo gbashi ukabe bemle mo ameketuni ola Nigeria gobini fubara na de tam lu putopute onaje emini kopas yabo omlede mekpobe lodo kpa homajikpo a Nigeria ujebe buji ala ujebe olai abo River State blade ubebe lola nonwa gbam yabole gọọmenti kansụl tai di steeti gọvanọ ejesilade a nishi nzo senabo nishi gbagbede ni gọọmenti okpaho di steeti yabo nke tami nwenike danagogo mo kanobe bu umebe ukabe lo gbashe opia mo eye manu ni emini ola River State odobe kalete bu emebi ye ayawe iweni boto ushibeka mu Nigeria obungene ukpohu eminula noma gbam lokomukila yadoni be oyabe uyodu lumemo ugboro ya oyabele ayabele pomobideso lekele ya waje lokpekpo nishi ulugboro NYSC State abo unke George Mfongang ute governor fubara meka yadoni unwe ogoshi lado mrede ojibe nwerihu ogoshi lade ulugboro NYC ojibe yabo gonto to kpuro onaje obo governor River State unke Mfongang leke tenya okane umrede youth corpus ngwa buwajibe elebe kpọmi mini ejishibe eye lo gbashi ukabe mu Nigeria umano yedoni ado mano mudo be kalete lo kanebe bo okpotebe ka li atashibudobe yedoni akamaje bo umekpele Nigeria unule also shilade anyishi gọọmenti omaji umijike emene urugbo gọọmenti li state abo unke George Nweke akanile emene urugbo gọọmenti steeti ngwa abunike bugboro be joka domle mu gboro gọọmenti oyabele ayabele kpomu bedeso unke George Nweke lekele ojero pekpo lo naje unbe tam le ola Port Harcourt okanemene ishi jibeli selise ngwa unike be okpa hube bemle memene urugbo gọọmenti majibe ugboro be nyenyi la ya bo yawe kale o gariga leke ejilo ugboro ojala ogwe ujashi ugboro nwa ojete kwa ne okabule gede emine urugbo gọọmenti steeti ubube anuzu le Nigeria yabo yedo nyaye nyeboma nishi gọọmenti li steeti oboho governor River State ya obo bom bo umanaman aimene urugbo gọọmenti udumale lekele ojusha ajuju lo sajine asa ubote mine urugbo gọọmenti okpohube governor lokoma ukela yedoni emini ojobele onaje owolo mom owa ebejine okudumale boto bo miki babe aukadia bemile mo emine urugbo gọọmenti li state mo de bom ekpeye no ogbu agbagbo no sele oborele bodowa ekipuru
River State Television, reaching you at the grassroots.